Hidden cruise information that passengers should know about. While many people enjoy sharing cruise advice and tricks, the actual secrets, the ones cruise companies keep from travelers, can significantly impact your vacation experience. Whether you're taking your first cruise or have sailed multiple times before, there exist concealed regulations, financial pitfalls, and surprising rules that you need to understand before stepping aboard. This presentation reveals 10 cruise industry secrets that companies prefer to keep hidden from passengers. These range from insider strategies that can save you substantial money to unexpected errors that might destroy your holiday if you're unprepared. Some revelations will amuse you, others will annoy you, and several might fundamentally alter your perspective on cruise travel. Therefore, if you want to cruise more intelligently than the vast majority of travelers, subscribe immediately and let's explore 10 essential cruise secrets you should understand before boarding. Secret 1. Deliberate overbooking by cruise lines. Correct. You understood properly. Similar to airlines, cruise companies intentionally sell more staterooms than they possess. What's their reasoning? They anticipate that several people will cancel at the last moment. However, here's the catch. If an excessive number of passengers arrive, someone won't be boarding the vessel. Typically, the cruise company will attempt to make the situation more appealing. They may provide you with future cruise vouchers, cabin upgrades on different sailings, or even monetary compensation to take a postponed journey. This sounds appealing, correct? Until you remember you've already traveled across the nation, reserved accommodations, and filled multiple suitcases with coordinated cruise attire. Suddenly, return at another time loses its appeal. Sometimes it's not about removing you entirely. You might experience what crew members call being walked, downgraded from that ocean view balcony you boasted about to an interior room without any view. Picture pulling back the curtains in the morning only to face a solid wall. What a disappointment! What can you do about this? Complete online check-in immediately when it becomes available. Show up early during embarkation and keep your reservation paperwork accessible. Overbooking doesn't occur frequently enough to cause alarm, but when it does happen, you don't want to be the person left watching from the dock while others are enjoying their vacation. Secret 2. Contract fine print authority. Let's face it, no one actually reads the detailed terms. You're too occupied fantasizing about tropical cocktails to examine 37 pages of legal terminology. But hidden within that cruise agreement you accepted are some surprising provisions. Initially, the cruise company has the right to inspect your luggage, your stateroom, or even your person at any time for any purpose. Forget airport security. This represents surveillance while at sea. They can also confine you to your room if they believe you're infectious or troublesome. Yes, the ship's detention area isn't just from pirate movies. It actually exists, and you definitely don't want to experience it. Additionally, if your anticipated destination gets canceled due to weather, operational issues, or simply because it wasn't convenient for the cruise company that particular week, that's unfortunate. They don't have to provide compensation. That underwater exploration you were excited about? Cancelled. Hopefully you enjoy deck games as an alternative. And here's an additional surprise. Some companies even reserve the right to utilize your photographs or videos in their advertising without permission. Consequently, you could appear in promotional materials with text like, "Passengers enjoying the pool area," while you're holding 2 ice cream treats and wearing socks with sandals. Quick additional note. Although cruise companies technically aren't required to provide refunds when destinations are canceled, many do offer compensation anyway, whether as shipboard credit, partial refunds, or future cruise vouchers. So the situation isn't always as dire as the contract language suggests. Brief interruption requesting likes and subscriptions. Secret 3. Post-purchase price reduction strategy. Here's a money-saving cruise tip that most travelers completely overlook. You believe you found an excellent deal when you made your reservation? Reconsider. Cruise prices fluctuate constantly like an unpredictable game. Here's the strategy. If costs decrease before your final payment deadline, you can contact the cruise company or your booking agent and receive that reduced rate. Some travelers have saved significant amounts using this method. It's not limited to your cabin cost either. Beverage packages, internet access, and shore excursions all get discounted periodically. When you notice a lower price, cancel and make a new reservation. The savings go directly back to you or toward more poolside drinks. Experienced cruisers even establish notifications on websites like Cruise Watch or Shipmate to monitor price reductions automatically. It's like using coupons for vacations, and when successful, you'll feel like you've outsmarted the system. Secret 4. Third-party services equal constant sales pressure. Ever questioned why spa employees continuously promote expensive treatments? Or why ship photographers pursue you relentlessly on your worst appearance days? Here's the explanation. Much of what's available on your cruise isn't actually operated by the cruise company. The spa is typically managed by a business called One Spa World, and their employees earn commission. That's why the massage feels wonderful until they begin aggressively selling a $200 bottle of seaweed treatment. The retail stores are outsourced as well. This applies to art sales, photography services, and even some medical facilities. The cruise company simply receives a percentage of earnings while third-party businesses focus on additional sales. Here's the problem. If issues arise, the cruise company might simply dismiss responsibility. Complain about aggressive spa sales tactics or questionable, exclusive store promotions, and you may discover the cruise line doesn't officially operate these services. Translation: you're on your own. Does this mean avoiding the spa or purchasing nothing? Absolutely not. Just understand the situation. These aren't cruise company amenities, they're external businesses operating aboard the ship. If you control your spending, you can enjoy everything without experiencing buyer's remorse when departing. Secret 5. Self-booked excursions plus 2-hour safety margin. Here's information that will save you considerable money. Those expensive excursions sold by the cruise company typically cost significantly more than arranging identical activities independently. We're discussing 30 to 50% markups. Consider this scenario. You pay $200 through the ship for a snorkeling adventure. Meanwhile, the couple beside you on the transportation who reserved online with a local company only paid $110. Same vehicle, same equipment, same sunburn. The only difference is you purchased the cruise line's inflated pricing. Why do people continue booking through the ship? Security. If a cruise-sponsored excursion runs behind schedule, the vessel will wait. If you booked independently and arrive after departure, unfortunately, you're now experiencing Home Alone 6, stranded at the port. That's why the essential rule is always allowing at least a 2-hour safety margin when going independent. Reserve through established operators with numerous positive reviews or companies that guarantee timely return in writing. The benefit: you save money, avoid overcrowded group tours, and sometimes enjoy more genuine experiences. Just don't cut timing too close or you'll test how quickly you can run down a pier with loose footwear. Secret 6. Beverage taxes at specific destinations. So you purchased the unlimited beverage package and feel invincible. Cocktails, non-alcoholic drinks, coffee beverages, bring them all. But then, unexpectedly, at certain ports, you'll still be charged small additional taxes on every drink. Correct, even with the all-inclusive package. We're typically discussing about $1 per drink, but it accumulates quickly when you're on your 7th tropical cocktail. And no, your bartender isn't cheating you. It's local government adding taxes while the ship is docked. You have two choices: either wait until the ship departs and the tax ends, or simply accept paying a small port fee for that midday drink. Honestly, most travelers just accept it and continue enjoying beverages. By the third day, no one's calculating small charges anyway. But here's the insider information. Prepare for it. Don't argue with bar staff over an extra $1. They didn't create the policy. And if fortunate, you'll barely notice it on your statement. Unless you're someone who tracks every drink in a detailed record, in that case, maybe choose free lemonade while in port. Secret 7. Cabin position is critical. Here's the reality about staterooms. Your sleeping location can determine your entire cruise experience. You might assume a room is just a room, but choose poorly and you'll have regrets faster than overindulging at the late-night buffet. Avoid cabins below the pool deck unless you enjoy the peaceful 6 a.m. sounds of furniture being moved. Skip rooms above entertainment venues or nightclubs unless you want to participate in late-night activities from your bed. And definitely don't book above the anchor unless you want a 5 a.m. awakening that resembles construction work in your room. If you experience motion sickness, choose midship on lower decks. That's where movement is minimally felt, the ship's optimal location. Conversely, forward cabins or high-level rooms feel every wave. Exciting if you enjoy amusement park rides, not ideal if you prefer motion sickness medication. The conclusion: a well-positioned cabin is like cruise vacation insurance. Choose correctly and you'll rest comfortably. Choose poorly and you'll be online at 2 a.m. asking, "Help! What's causing that noise?" Secret 8. Baggage delivery requires hours. Here's a beginner error almost everyone makes. You give your large suitcases to porters during check-in, board the ship, and assume your luggage will be waiting in your cabin. Not even remotely accurate. On boarding day, luggage delivery resembles a massive coordination effort behind the scenes. Thousands of bags must be screened, organized, and transported deck by deck. Translation: it can take hours before your belongings arrive, sometimes not until evening mealtime. That's why intelligent cruisers always pack carry-on bags with necessities: swimwear, sun protection, medications, phone chargers, perhaps clean clothing. This way, you can visit the pool, get drinks, and actually begin your vacation instead of waiting in your room impatiently checking the corridor every few minutes like expecting a delivery. Don't be that passenger marching to guest services at 3 p.m. demanding, "Where are my bags?" They're coming eventually. Just pack intelligently and you'll be enjoying drinks while others pace hallways in their travel attire. Secret 9. Navigation using carpet patterns. Cruise ships are enormous floating cities with endless corridors that appear identical. First-time cruisers swear they won't get lost, then 10 minutes later they're wandering around like they're trapped in a casino seeking the exit. Here's the insider information. Ships actually provide subtle navigation clues if you know what to observe. On Norwegian ships, the fish in the carpet always point forward. Walk opposite to them and congratulations, you're heading toward the ship's rear. Some companies use different carpet colors or designs to identify sections, and every cabin door displays a deck map. Take a phone photo before leaving. Nothing identifies a novice more than walking circles around incorrect hallways because every door looks the same. It's amusing for observers, but not when you've walked 20 minutes in circles trying to locate your room. So next time, follow the fish, follow the carpet patterns, or follow an experienced cruiser who obviously knows their destination. Worst case, ask crew members. They've helped more lost passengers than they'll admit. Secret 10. Cruise ship toilets are loud. Let's conclude with something lighter. Cruise ship toilets aren't like home bathrooms. They don't flush quietly. They vacuum with suction like they're attempting to extract your soul from the bowl. The first time you press that button, be ready. It sounds like aircraft engines and startles every first-time cruiser. I've witnessed people jump, children run away screaming, and experienced cruisers laugh because they know exactly what's happening. Don't worry, the ship isn't malfunctioning and you won't get pulled into the plumbing. It's simply how vacuum toilets operate at sea. Loud, quick, and slightly frightening until you adjust. So yes, add toilet surprise to things cruise companies never mention. By day 2, you'll find it funny. By day 7, you'll be using it half asleep without consideration.